This is Mac OS Ken.
A slowdown noted for App Store revenue. Apple seeks peace with retail workers, and the Cupertino company acquires more office space. It is Friday, the 3rd of June, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Trade Coffee. Get $30 off your first order plus free shipping at drinktrade.com/macosken. This show is also sponsored by Upstart, fair and fast personal loans. It can be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you have high interest debt, and sometimes it can be even harder asking for help. That is where Upstart comes in. Upstart-powered personal loans can help you pay down high-interest debt all online with simple and easy-to-understand payment terms. You're more than just your credit score. Upstart knows that. Instead of just your credit score, Upstart's model considers additional factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score, and you can receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. Don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/macosken. UPSTART, that's upstart.com/macosken to check your rate today. Don't forget to use my URL to let them know I sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/macosken. Evercore analyst Daryanani doesn't seem worried about growth in the App Store, but he is taking notice. Seeking Alpha outlines part of a note he wrote wherein the analyst points to muted revenue growth for the App Store and a perceived need for new drivers to juice growth for Apple services. By his firm's reckoning, revenue for the App Store grew 4% last month. That was down from revenue growth of 9% seen by the App Store in April. Quoting his note, "We had expected growth to accelerate as comps became easier, so the slowdown is somewhat surprising, especially as China saw a large deceleration when we were anticipating some uplift from the ongoing lockdowns." That said, the piece has Daryanani highlighting other areas that could pick up some of the service's slack, including advertising and subscriptions. They say he doesn't seem worried based on his stance on the stock. He's still got an outperform rating on Apple shares and a price target on them of $210. Apple may be trying to make peace with disgruntled store workers. A report from Bloomberg says the company has agreed to make work schedules at its retail stores more flexible, according to employees with knowledge of the plans, part of a push to improve conditions in the face of unionization efforts. Changes said by the secret so-and-sos to be coming include a minimum of 12 hours between shifts, an increase from the current minimum of 10 hours, a maximum of 3 days per week when employees can work past 8 p.m. unless they choose to work late shifts. Employees won't be scheduled to work more than 5 days in a row, a change from a maximum of 6 days in a row. There could be exemptions during new product launches and holidays, though. And finally, full-time employees will be eligible for a dedicated weekend day off for each 6-month period. The first of those changes will apparently hit over the next several weeks, so the full slate will take months to deliver. The scheduling shifts are just the latest move to assuage worker grievances by the Cupertino company. In February, Bloomberg says the company doubled paid sick days, increased vacation days, and expanded backup care for children. More recently, the company announced plans to raise its minimum pay for hourly workers sooner than had been expected. Square's move to Apple's Tap to Pay draws closer. Cult of Mac had the digital payment platform announcing an early access program Thursday ahead of the full release. Refreshing the memory, Cult of Mac says Apple's Tap to Pay feature lets one iPhone user pay another without any other hardware. It started rolling out at Apple stores nationwide last week. On the Square platform, the piece says, select sellers in an early access program can accept in-person contactless payments starting Thursday, that's yesterday, using an iPhone and the Square app. They will need no additional hardware for the transaction. Folks wanting in on the testing phase can apply on the Square site. No word on when the feature will go wide for Square users. BMW is letting users unlock their cars with iPhone or Apple Watch almost without even trying. Used to be if you wanted to unlock your Beamer, you had to use a key, like a caveman. Then the company enabled an NFC app to let users ditch the key. Instead, they held their iPhone or their Apple Watch close to the driver's side door to gain admittance. But they had to hold something near the lock, like a caveman. Nuts to that, says BMW. According to a piece from Mac Rumors, the automaker's new Digital Key Plus uses the ultra-wideband tech in relatively recent phones and watches from Apple to know when a user is near the car so they don't have to reach for their phone the way a caveman would. Good for such BMW models as the 2022 i4, 2022 iX, 2023 X1, and 2023 iX1. The feature requires an Apple Watch Series 6 or later on the watch side, or iPhone 11 or later for the phone. You can catch a demo video of the whole thing in action on YouTube. MacRumor says BMW also offers the standard NFC-based digital key feature on a wider range of 2021 and newer vehicles, if you're driving around, talking on the phone, and telling time like a caveman. More news in a moment, but first a word from Trade Coffee. I'm nearly to the bottom of my bag of Bom Senso from Huckleberry Roasters, but that's cool. Trade's got another bag on the way to me next week. I'm going back to the dark this time with a bag of Big City by Joe. Full-bodied and rich, this roasty cup offers up plenty of honeycomb sweetness with all that deep, dark chocolate. See, that's what Trade does. Delivers a bag of freshly roasted coffee as whole beans or ground for however you brew it at home. And they guarantee that you'll love your first order or they'll replace it for free. Trade has delivered over 5 million bags of fresh coffee with more than 750,000 positive reviews. I have loved every bag they've sent me, and I say if you care about your coffee, I can't recommend Trade Coffee highly enough. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off your first order, plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/macOSKen. That is more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Get started by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/macOSKen and let Trade find you a coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com/macOSKen for $30 off. And don't forget about Father's Day coming up. A Trade subscription is the perfect gift for the coffee lovers in your life. Get started today at drinktrade.com/macOSKen. You know how some Apple employees have resisted heading back to the office in these #times in which we live? Yeah, it looks like Apple is giving them more office to push back against. The piece from SiliconValley.com says the iPhone and other stuff maker has leased a big office campus in Sunnyvale, California, in a deal that widens the tech giant's reach in Silicon Valley and suggests that companies are returning to the workplace to a significant extent. That is despite misgivings from some, and departures, and another back-to-work at-work slowdown driven by a resurgence in cases of COVID-19. Perhaps the company thinks this too shall pass, as the saying and songs go. Plenty of time for that, it seems. A quick check of Apple Maps shows the complex at 615 and 625 North Matilda Avenue in Sunnyvale very much under construction. Apple has secured room enough for 1,900 employees, according to the report, and I will say the 382,000 square feet sound like a decent place to go, assuming people ever do go. The Silicon Valley site says Matilda Commons also includes an on-site fitness center, a rooftop garden, and extensive outdoor spaces and gathering areas. No word in the piece on when the space will be move-in ready, nor on what people will do once they get there, assuming they get there. News of a new show for Apple TV Plus that's coming up pretty quick. The Cupertino company issued a press release Thursday teasing the psychological thriller Surface with a description and a premiere date. Set in high-end San Francisco, the 8-episode series focuses on Sophie, a woman who has suffered a traumatic head injury that has left her with extreme memory loss, believed to be a result of a suicide attempt. As Sophie embarks on a quest to put the pieces of her life back together with the help of her husband and friends, she begins to question whether or not the truth she is told is in fact the truth she has lived. Produced by Apple Studios and Reese Witherspoon's Hello Sunshine, Gugu Mbatha-Raw of The Morning Show and other shows will star as Sophie. She will also executive produce. The first 3 episodes of Surface will surface on Friday, the 29th of July. And finally today, one of those ultra-rare things that almost never happens is happening again. Mac Rumors says there is a working Apple I computer up for auction. I know what you're thinking. We talked about this last week. No, that was a different ultra-rare working Apple I computer going up for auction. That one is going up for sale through an auction house. The new old one is going up for sale through the world's auction house, by which I mean eBay. According to the piece, the Schlumberger 2 Apple I is a second-batch Apple I computer that was originally purchased by an executive at oil services company Schlumberger Overseas in 1977. The Apple I is believed to be one of the last Apple I computers assembled in the Jobs family garage in late 1976 or early 1977. It was also signed by Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, though that happened relatively recently. Like there's video of him doing that on YouTube. With 57 bids so far, as of this writing, the price is up to $66,000. It's expected to go for somewhere in the neighborhood of $485,000, according to Mac Rumors. macOS Ken, brought to you by me, and sponsored by Upstart, fair and fast personal loans. Learn more and check your rate at upstart.com/macOSken. This show is also sponsored by Trade Coffee. Get $30 off your first order plus free shipping at drinktrade.com/macOSken. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.